Will big banks and corporations start canceling Christians because of our biblical beliefs? We're going to look into that today. Make sure to like this video. It helps it get out to more people so more people could learn about Jesus and the gospel. You make a difference, and make sure to subscribe. Let's check out this article today. Bank of America freezes ministry account of Lance Wallnau in latest case of banks canceling Christians. Okay, you might think this is like not a big deal, but it really is. So make sure you keep listening. Christian author, speaker, and podcaster. I never heard of this guy, but he's really big, apparently. Lance Wallnau is reporting that the Bank of America recently froze his ministry account. And let me just show you, okay? Because this Instagram account, if you go to his Instagram, okay, this post is no longer here. So I don't know if Facebook or Instagram got rid of the post, but I found this post right here on Reddit. So let me show you this. You won't believe what just happened to me. My own bank account got frozen by Bank of America for no reason other than being a conservative podcaster. They were investigating conservative bloggers and Christian ministries for money laundering, quote, right? While ignoring real threats in America. It's outrageous and illegal, but I had to do it to expose the corruption in our banking system. This is scary, okay? And then it continues, okay? Thank God we didn't only have our money in the Bank of Communist America. He's talking about the Bank of America. Because their Marxist progressives and their upper management were investigating ministries and conservative bloggers or podcasters in order to make sure we weren't insurrectionist money laundering operations, okay? So I got my accounts frozen. I had to go through, this is what he had to do, a complete marketing audit explaining every dollar of our ministry's budget. Get this, it's not even legal. So, and then he sort of ends it with this. We're actually going to have a political, populist, conservative, and Christian unified pushback on the destruction of our liberties and freedoms. And here you see the post was taken down. And this goes a lot deeper, okay, than just this individual. This is starting to happen to a lot of notable Christians and conservatives by these corporations, okay? As CBN News, Christian Broadcasting News, okay, multiple conservatives have been targeted by financial institutions. Share this video with someone, by the way. It's important for people to realize this is going on. A former U.S. Senator and Religious Freedom Ambassador, Sam Brownback, when the National Committee for Religious Freedom needed a bank account, they went to JP Morgan Chase. They were basically told the account's been closed, your funds will be sent to you in a couple weeks. And later they came back and said, if you will disclose who gives more than 10% of your funds to you and your criteria for supporting candidates as a nonprofit, 501c4, we will consider reopening up the account. How scary is that? And then Chase claimed we would never do something like that. So that's pretty scary. Chase wants to know who's giving money to this organization, National Committee for Religious Freedom, so they could target them. Okay, and this is Lance Wallnau. You could see him right here. He has all kinds of stuff, you know, conservative, Christian kind of stuff. And this is another article, if you don't believe me. More banks and businesses are starting to cancel Christians. So this is a really real thing, okay? Journalist Rod Dreher believes that increasing number of companies care more about their stance on social issues than the bottom line, and he believes Christians will become victims. And he talks about corporations like Walmart and Apple. They believe they're fighting for future virtue, and they're going to use that power to persecute the church. So I think we're coming into a time in America where the powers that be, right, it's all about profit, you know? So what does Target do? Target has, you know, rainbow pride clothing for adults and children, right? Because it's all about the bottom line. You see Starbucks doing this with, you know, the Gay History Month and all of that. The whole corporate agenda is really about just making money. So if the world in the West is turning more secular, and then these companies are going to support these values. And it's getting to a point where if you're a Christian, if you believe in the Bible, and even something saying like me saying, like Jesus said this, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. This is Jesus saying no one gets to God the Father except through him. So Jesus is the only way. There's not many ways to heaven. Even me saying something like that could be considered one day hate speech. Okay. And because of that, if there's a clip of me saying this, or if it's out online, or even if you're a normal Christian at your work, you could have your bank account frozen and maybe lose access to your funds. I mean, this isn't like scare tactics. This is actually taking place. And if you just do a Google search of like persecution happening in Canada, or Christians getting arrested in Canada. Canada's in North America. It's right above us, okay? And if you saw the stuff, if you look at the stuff happening right now in Canada, it's very scary, okay? Because that's not far from our backyard. And you might say, oh, America, we have religious freedom and this and that. Well, every day, people are trying to take away our religious freedom in this country. So I have some good news, okay? It's not all bad news, but I just want to talk about this, okay? Matthew 5:10 said, God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs, okay? So God ultimately, no matter what happens, if I get thrown in jail one day for having this YouTube channel, if you get persecuted for living out a godly life at your workplace or at school, around your family members, God is going to bless you for doing what is right. Okay, maybe not in this life. Maybe this life you might have hardships for your walk with the Lord, but God is going to blessecute you. Blessecute you? What am I saying today? God is going to bless you. Blessecute you. It is a blessecution. It's like being persecuted and blessed at the same time. For the kingdom of heaven is yours, okay, for being persecuted. Right here. Luke 6. There's lots of Bible verses actually about persecution in the Bible. And make sure to like this video, by the way, so it helps more people just see this news, okay? It's important. You make a difference by just clicking your little mouse. What blessings await you when people hate you and exclude you and mock you and curse you as evil because you follow the Son of Man? See, people think because they've been blinded by the little god of this world, Satan, right? People think that we're evil, okay? People think that we're not accepting, that we're not loving, when in reality, we're actually the loving ones because we're saying, hey, this sin, it leads to death. That's what God says in God's word. So, but they take that as evil because they've been blinded by the god of this world, okay? So something you could check out is an organization like Real Impact, okay? This is by Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills, and it's equipping the church to stand for righteousness in the public square. And you could learn about all the different things happening in our country because it's important for us Christians to speak up and get involved, because if we don't speak up, things are just going to get a lot harder in America, and it will just come to a time where we won't have any religious freedom and we'll have underground churches. But guess what? At the end of the day, God is still on the throne. But while we still have our freedom, I believe we should speak up and fight for biblical values, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, like I said before. And also, if you want to support my ministry here online, it would mean a lot to me if you check out the links below, and you could even join my private community on Patreon. Thank you for watching.